This is the OTB Television Network, a service of Capital District Off-Track Betting.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. 15 races to bring you. A little quiet this week in between the Kentucky Derby and the Preakness Stakes, but all eyes will turn to Baltimore for this forthcoming weekend. Couple races to bring you from Calder. First up, 3-year-olds, the stakes, the In Summation, and Fort Loudon odds on.
And they're off. Hello Prince heads right out for the lead. Tell All You Know came out running with the leaders as well, and up on the extreme outside, Ari's Pride is right there. Shock 'em Again is a close-up fourth. Then indirectly AP, who's already 4.5 from the front. Here's Fort Loudon. He's got 5.5 to make up. Jordan's Image has 2 beaten right now. They're Straight Facts and Angel of Distinction, who's way out in the center of the track with a half mile to go. Hello Prince and Jose Garcia show the way to the far turn. It's Hello Prince in front by about a length and a half, almost 2 from Tell All You Know. Ari's Pride runs third. Shock 'em Again made an early run, but now he's losing ground. Fort Loudon is getting involved, and Fort Loudon, the Stallion Stakes champ from last year, is now packed 4 wide going to the quarter pole, but he is advancing smartly, and here comes Fort Loudon in those familiar purple and gold colors. He's wide into the stretch, but closing in on Hello Prince as they straighten away. Hello Prince has to hold off Fort Loudon. These two well clear of the others. Hello Prince inside, still just in front. Fort Loudon trying to push on by. He's done it now. Fort Loudon and Luis Gerardo in front and getting away from Hello Prince. It's Fort Loudon on his way to winning the In Summation. Fort Loudon by 2. Hello Prince was second, very tight for third. Either Straight Facts or Angel of Distinction.
And Fort Loudon sitting behind a blistering early pace for Luis Gerardo. Really sat a perfect trip, making the $2.80 look worthwhile. Now, this horse hadn't won an open stakes race or even an open race since breaking its maiden back on July 16th, and then ran roughshod through the Florida Stallion Series, winning all 3 of them. Nice inside-outside move coming off of the Florida Derby race. Fort Loudon scores impressively. The final running time in Saturday's In Summation Stakes, 110.51. And now it's time for 3-year-old fillies. The Village Stakes, Miss Casey K, 5-2.
And they're off. Citizen Advocate won the break and heads out for the lead. Redbud Road, Awesome Bell fast down along the inside. These two second and third and challenging Citizen Advocate for that early lead. Sinister Tail settles down in the 4th spot, only 3.5 from the pace. Then Who Is Camille? Miss Kiskia is 2 beaten it right now. They are Another Romance and Given Enchantment, who's already about 7.5 lengths back. Awesome Bell and Jeffrey Sanchez come away with the lead. Redbud Road is right there between fillies and Citizen Advocate. 3 across the track as the fillies make their way into the far turn. Citizen Advocate back to a nose in front. Citizen Advocate and Redbud Road both going better now than Awesome Bell, who's under a full-out drive and can't keep up with the top 2. In fact, Miss Kiskia just ran by her into third, and she's the one closing in on the leaders as they come to the top of the lane. Redbud Road cuts the corner. Citizen Advocate between runners and Miss Kiskia down the grandstand side. Any one of these 3 as they come down to the final furlong. Redbud Road is tough today. Miss Kiskia trying to get to her. Citizen Advocate not doing enough. It's Redbud Road inside, Miss Kiskia outside. These 2 fillies down to the line. Redbud Road just in front. Redbud Road. Redbud Road 3/4 of a length. Miss Kiskia was second. Citizen Advocate was third.
And Redbud Road coming off of the My Dear Girl Stakes, which is the end of the Florida Stallion Series for 2-year-olds back on October 15th. Off the layoff, 3rd choice in the wagering. Brilliant at Calder. Scores the $9.60 upset victory over the favorite. You know, I thought a very, very nice effort. Anytime you're between horses, it can be very, very trying and taxing. And in the middle of the race, Redbud Road was between horses and yet came out on top. Don't see that very often. A very, very nice comeback race. Redbud Road, now 7 career starts, all of them at Calder. 4 victories, 2 seconds, and a third miss. Casey Kaya finishes second as the 5-2 favorite, and Citizen Advocate, second choice at 10 cents more odds, finishes third. The final running time in the French Village, a little slower than the boys, 1:11.29. Up next, Delaware Park opened up, ladies and gentlemen, on Saturday afternoon. The Winter Melody Stakes with North Freeway, 7-5.
And they're off in the Winter Melody. Good start for them all. North Freeway toward the outside easily is going to cross over under a tight hold and get that lead, so no one really going in the early going. And North Freeway is going to come out on top. Bahia Beach, the gray up on the outside, moves into second, followed by Zesty Brew. Brush by Love. She Be Classy is the trailer as they make their way around the first turn. North Freeway, doing all on her own, leads it by 2 over Bahia Beach, who tries to settle in that second spot. It's a length and a half further back to Zesty Brew. Toward the inside, Brush by Love, and the trailer is She Be Classy. Opening quarter in a leisurely 24-3 for this group, and North Freeway enjoys a 2-length margin over Bahia Beach. Same gap now, moving up Zesty Brew on the outside of Brush by Love, and She Be Classy is the trailer, but only about 5 lengths separates top to bottom as they make their way down the Delaware backstretch. It's North Freeway dictating the tempo by 1.25 lengths. Bahia Beach is right there in second. 2 lengths further back to Zesty Brew, Brush by Love, and the trailer She Be Classy. The half one in 48-4 as they make their way into the turn. North Freeway and Jose Caraballo continues strong on the front end. Leads it now by 2 over Bahia Beach, trying to keep pace. It's still 2 lengths further back to Zesty Brew. Brush by Love and She Be Classy, they have the work cut out because it's been all North Freeway coasting along on the front end. She opens up 3.5 on Bahia Beach, followed by Brush by Love. As they turn for home, it's all North Freeway. They've gone the 6 in 1:12-4, and North Freeway now being put down by Caraballo, leads it by about 4 lengths. Rallying toward the inside, that's Brush by Love. Bahia Beach is still right there, battling for second. On the outside, late run from She Be Classy, but no way anyone's touching North Freeway today. North Freeway, and Jose Caraballo wins it by 4, tight for his second. On the inside, Brush by Love. On the outside, Bahia Beach.
And a field of 5, the barely favorite North Freeway, coming out of an allowance race, actually in for the claiming tag of $62,000 for Anthony Dutrow, scores the every step of winning one. Easy victory under Jose Caraballo. Went to the front and just never looked back. Now, North Freeway had come off 9 consecutive sprint races, going 1 mile and 16 on Saturday. Never an anxious moment. Now, North Freeway had been cross-entered into the Genuine Devotion Stakes at Belmont Saturday. We'll get to that race later on this afternoon, but Anthony Dutrow, very, very sharp with a condition book, finds this 2-turn race rather easily, returns $4.80. Brush by Love finished second, and Bahia Beach finishes third. The final running time of the Winter Melody, 1:44.86. Saturday afternoon brought us to opening day at Monmouth Park for their spring-summer meet. And before we get to the Decathlon Stakes, ladies and gentlemen, just want to let you know that there is a spill in this race, and it was an 8-horse field. 5 of them go down. Now, couple notes here. One jockey went to the hospital for observation. That was good news, and if my memory serves me correctly, as awful a spill as it was for 5 runners, I think all of the horses were safe. Now, the good news for us in observing it, hard to imagine, but the spill will take place in about the middle of the turn, and fortunately, almost all of it is blocked out by the trees. So Saturday afternoon, the Decathlon Stakes, 0 rate policy, the 2-1 favorite.
They're racing in the Decathlon. 0 rate policy started well. Soaring Stocks on the inside, out with some early speed. Nathan's HQ away third between those two. Then it's Ponzi Scheme to the inside. They're followed by Flat Bold, Extreme Outside, Bank Merger. Congressional Page is next, and at the back of the field, it's Wildcat Brief, who trails and races 9 lengths off the lead as they race by the quarter in 22 seconds flat. And the field moves into the far turn with 0 rate policy, kicking off to lead by 3/4 of a length. On the inside, Nathan's HQ, Flat Bold right alongside. Soaring Stocks ridden along for more from 4th, 4 lengths off the lead. Then it's Ponzi Scheme, and we've got a spill on the turn, a multi-horse spill. Several horses have unseated their riders as they come to the top of the stretch, and we've only got 3 horses left as they turn for home. And it is Flat Bold who's got a 4-length lead here on Ponzi Scheme and Soaring Stocks. Flat Bold the leader. Here comes Ponzi Scheme on the outside, and Ponzi Scheme will run down Flat Bold. Ponzi Scheme in the Cathlon Stakes over Flat Bold, and Soaring Stocks will be third.
And obviously, most of the news is that 62.5% of the field doesn't finish the race. And as Larry Colmos told us, the 3 runners making up the trifecta, the only finishers. And at $27.20, Ponzi Scheme, last seen on the racetrack last August in the 2-turn Island Stakes, scores the victory for Juan Saray. Juan Saray claimed this horse for $20,000 nearly 2 years ago from Derek Ryan, and scores the victory here. Last year, Ponzi Scheme was going well at this time of year, won the skip away. Don't know what to take out of the Decathlon, except, we didn't have to really see much of the spill, and it seems like between the 5 horses, 5 jockeys, it turned out as well as could be expected in Saturday's Decathlon. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have racing from Woodbine, Churchill Downs, and Golden Gate Fields.
Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
What would another ShopRite mean for you?
It means more chef-prepared meals to take home and call my own.
Another place to get help with healthy eating.
And another place to get fresh fish.
Another ShopRite in the Capital District, 709 Central Avenue. Another ShopRite. That means more chef-prepared meals, another dietitian, and more fresh produce. Get more choices and even more savings with ShopRite's growing family.
We're all about food, we're all about savings, we're all about you.
No matter where in the world you are, the excitement of wagering on live horse racing is just a click away. CapitalOTB.com offers live streaming, free past performances, analysis and selections from professional handicappers, and a simple, safe, and secure wagering platform. And best of all, it's surcharge-free. CapitalOTB.com, the better choice. With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at CapitalOTB.com, and live operators ready to take your call, Capital OTB is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person, or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone, or at CapitalOTB.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice. Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
Welcome back to Horses and Courses, ladies and gentlemen. Time to take our attention to Woodbine. 2 stakes races over the weekend, both of them for 3-year-olds. Up first, the Marine Stakes, Holiday Promise 2-1.
They're off in the Marine Stakes. And Incredicat broke like a bullet for the early lead. Contreras trying to gather that one back now. All squared away in a second position early. Straight of Dover's in the orange to the outside of All Squared Away. Classic Bryce will go to the rail as they run through the turn. And it's Incredicat. Classic Bryce inches up on the inside. Straight of Dover is third, All Squared Away, taken in hand in fourth position. Then Holiday Promise and Bridge Gone, 25 seconds flat for that opening quarter mile. Luis Contreras trying to baby Incredicat on the front end. Incredicat by a length. Straight of Dover, just off his flank in second position. Classic Bryce saved ground through that first turn. All squared away between horses and a 3 wide. Holiday Promise is just 2 lengths off the lead. Then we have Bridge Gone, 48 4/5 of a second for the opening half mile. Incredicat joined by Straight of Dover as they run to the 3/8 pole. Incredicat by a neck. Straight of Dover on the outside second. Classic Bryce getting niggled on in third now. Then we have All Squared Away in fourth, who's 2.5 lengths off the lead. Then Holiday Promise and a Bridge Loan. They come over to the top of the stretch, Straight of Dover outside, and Credicat. Those two in a heated duel, and Straight of Dover has taken the lead. It is Straight of Dover and Justin Stein in the run to the 8th pole. And Credicat's going to try the outside now. Classic Bryce is back in third position, and it's Straight of Dover, last 16th of a mile. Straight of Dover, magnificent in the Marine. Classic Bryce finished second, Holiday Promise third, and Bridge Loan fourth.
Straight of Dover, who was 10-1 on the morning line, ladies and gentlemen. First time Woodbine was the start of the 3-year-old season, and they bet this horse down to half the morning line price, and Justin Stein had about as easy a trip as you will find on a $13 winner. Just, sat behind the early pace, and then when the waters got deep, Straight of Dover, an extremely impressive winner. 3 races in a row, the winner. 4th race in a row, first under the line, was DQ'd a couple races back to break the maiden. First time 2 turns, second start of the year. And the part that I think, very subtle, folks, but into the first turn, you could tell that Justin Stein had marked out the trip that he wanted, and he held his line very sternly not to get pushed out at all. Very heady ride by Justin Stein. I mean, and I know it looks easy at the end when you win by better than half a dozen, but going into that first turn, I like the energy the jock showed. Classic Bryce finishes second as the only double-digit price on the board at nearly 14-1. And the favorite, Holiday Promise, checks in third for Todd Pletcher. On Sunday afternoon, time for the 3-year-old fillies to go. They go for much more money. They go for graded stakes in the Saline Stakes, and the champ, Tuendi Wee, 1-2.
They're off in the Saline Stakes. Tuendi Wee broke on top. Dixie Strike to the outside, and Wait Till Dawn is down toward the rail. Then Indeniable, a little wide there is Hilda's Legacy, and in behind that group is Katie Get Excited. Tuendi Wee is going to set the pace. And it's Tuendi Wee, anxious out there on the front end. Leads it by 2 lengths to Wait Till Dawn, and Contreras moves her off the rail in second. Back in third is Indeniable, 24-1 for the opening quarter mile. And the champion, Tuendi Wee, her ears are right up in the air, just waiting for McElhaney to give her instructions. She leads by 2. On the outside, Wait Till Dawn inches closer now. Indeniable's in the red cap between fillies. Then we have Katie Get Excited down toward the rail and 2.5 lengths off the lead. Then Hilda's Legacy. Dixie Strike has been shuffled to a trailing position and is 5 lengths off the lead. 49-1 for the opening half mile. You would have to think advantage to Tuendi Wee as they run into the turn. On the outside, Wait Till Dawn's a length behind. Dixie Strike has made a menacing move from last to second in the blink of an eye, and Katie Get Excited is getting underway. 13-2 for 3 quarters. Tuendi Wee at the top of the stretch in the Saline, and they sprint for home now. Tuendi Wee has the lead. Dixie Strike is plugging away on the inside. Dixie Strike on the inside has caught Tuendi Wee from last to first. Dixie Strike streaking to the wire to win the Saline. Tuendi Wee was second best, with Katie Get Excited third and Wait Till Dawn fourth.
Dixie Strike coming out of the Ashland Stakes for Pat Husbands, Mark Casse, and John Oxley. We've been mentioning how well Mr. Oxley and Casse have been doing up at Woodbine over the last year. Dixie Strike settled back early in this race, made a very, very strong move on the turn, basically leapfrogged the entire field except the leader, and then drew off to win by nearly 4 lengths, returning $9.40. Tuendi Wee, the champ, making the second start. Said this many times, folks, whether it's the career debut, where you run big, then a little regression. While Tuendi Wee, starting the 3-year-old season, had a nice comeback race, now going 2 turns in graded stakes committee. She raced well, not well enough at 1-2. Katie Get Excited finished third at 13-1. The offspring of Dixie Union going 8.5 furlongs in the Grade 3 Celine, 143.79. Now going down Louisville way, the Churchill Downs. Obviously, they fired so many stakes races last week for us, but they had a 5 furlong stakes race on Saturday. The Unbridled Sydney Platinum Exchange, 2-1.
And they're off in the Unbridled Sydney. Wild About Marie alertly away towards the inside, but he's swamped around the outside by Extravaganza and Platinum Exchange towards that one's inside. These now the first two. Palazzo Baby's giving chase in third. Honey Child will be very wide as they go towards the turn, racing in fourth. You're Oh So Bad is racing in fifth. Smarty's Empress is now in sixth. Helen Bellin is at the back of the field, and last of all is Wild About Marie. They took the quarter in 21 and 4 on the far turn. Platinum Exchange has now won the battle for the lead. Extravaganza racing in second position. Honey Child on the outside is in third. You're Oh So Bad made the turn in fourth. Followed on the outside by Palazzo Babe. Looking for racing room. Smarty's Empress racing now in deep stretch. And it's Honey Child who has now got the lead. On the inside, You're Oh So Bad. Down the outside, here comes Wild About Marie. Wild About Marie surges to the lead. Racing to line. Wild About Marie. Back-to-back wins in the Unbridled Sydney for rider Sean Bridgman. It was Wild About Marie who beat into second, Smarty's Empress, and close for third.
Wild About Marie, Sean Bridgman, ladies and gentlemen, who is now 6 for 9 turf sprinting. Robbie Alvarado had formerly been the regular rider, having ridden Wild About Marie in her last 5 career starts. This is the first time at Churchill Downs. You saw Sean Bridgman using no early energy with this runner. Last early. Didn't look like a winner until somewhere between about midway between the 8th pole and the 16th pole, but then made the $8 look rather attractive. Smarty's Empress finishes second. Honey Chile, the second choice in the wagering, finishes third. And the favorite, Platinum Exchange, beats 2 horses, finishing 6th at 2-1. The final running time of the Unbridled Sydney, 56.24. Now going to Northern California, ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Gate Fields for the 3-year-olds. These are going to run on the turf. This is the Alcatraz Stakes, and Chips All In, who had been very, very good down at Santa Anita, is the 3-2 favorite.
Racing. Cahill Chrome off well with Chips All In, and Longview drives down the outside. Stony Fleece in close attendance to the early pace. Pepnick next to last, followed by the Roan Ranger. Pepnick just a little bit erratic. The Roan Ranger tended to balk off his heels. They're covered by 7 lengths with a lap to go. Chips All In has the company of Stony Fleece. They share the lead by 1.5 lengths to Longview Drive, who drops into a magnificent trailing spot third. Cahill Chrome fourth on the inside, followed by Pepnick and then the Roan Ranger. 6 furlongs from home. 10 lengths now covering the field. It's Chips All In by a neck. Stony Fleece on his outside second. 2.25 lengths to Longview Drive. About 3 off to Cahill Chrome. 4 more lengths to Pepnick and 2 to the Roan Ranger. It's a decent pace. Chips All In kept honest by Stony Fleece in the run to the half-mile pole, and Bays gives Longview Drive every conceivable chance from third. Then Cahill Chrome 5 off the lead and 4 lengths ahead of Pepnick and the Roan Ranger. At the end of the back stretch, Chips All In a 1/2 length from Stony Fleece and 2 to Longview Drive, 2 lengths to Cahill Chrome, 3 to Pepnick, then the Roan Ranger. 5/16 to run. Chips All In maintains the lead, creeps about a length in front now from Stony Fleece, and 2 to Longview Drive, 2 more lengths to Cahill Chrome, then Pepnick into the home stretch. Chips All In clear by 2 lengths. Stony Fleece is second, 4 lengths to Longview Drive, who's doing very little. At the 8th pole, Chips All In a 2-length leader. Stony Fleece still second, Longview Drive still third. The order hasn't changed a lot. Will it change late as Stony Fleece comes after Chips All In, makes a big dive, and it got close in the Alcatraz. Right on the money, it could be either Stony Fleece or Chips All In. 6 lengths ahead of Longview Drive, and not sure about the 4th spot among Pepnick, the Roan Ranger, and Cahill Chrome.
Stony Fleece, ladies and gentlemen, coming out of opening weekend at Hollywood Park in the Snow Chief Stakes as the chalk, this time turns the table on Chips All In. Chips All In had defeated Stony Fleece in both the Pasadena and the Eddie Logan. I got to tell you, folks, Stony Fleece, who was the second choice in the wagering, never looked like a winner in this race, but Kevin Krieger just kept on keeping on and somehow wins the Bob on the line by a nose. Aaron Greider second on Chips All In, with Longview Drive finishing third. So in the very exciting Alcatraz Stakes on Saturday afternoon at Golden Gate Fields, Stony Fleece returns 660 in a final running time of 143.70. When we come back, we'll have some racing from Hollywood Park and Belmont.
Listen to what people are saying about the Clubhouse Racebook.
I've been coming here for well over 30 years to the OTB, and I think this is an outstanding facility. Probably comparable to something you'd see in Vegas. They have the big screens there, and then they have the auxiliary screens for, watching all the tracks. And the primary tracks of the day, they'll switch to the big screens, which is ideal for most of us race guys. We like to see the big races on the big screen. Well done.
What would another ShopRite mean for you?
It means more chef-prepared meals to take home and call my own.
Another place to get help with healthy eating.
And another place to get fresh fish.
Another ShopRite in the Capital District, 709 Central Avenue. Another ShopRite. That means more chef-prepared meals, another dietitian, and more fresh produce. Get more choices and even more savings with ShopRite's growing family.
We're all about food, we're all about savings, we're all about you.
No matter where in the world you are, the excitement of wagering on live horse racing is just a click away. CapitalOTB.com offers live streaming, free past performances, analysis and selections from professional handicappers, and a simple, safe, and secure wagering platform. And best of all, it's surcharge-free. CapitalOTB.com, the better choice. You could wait for money to start falling from the sky, or you could head down to the all-new Clubhouse Racebook and get in the game. With live horse racing on more than 250 flat-screen TVs, state-of-the-art wagering terminals, fantastic food and drinks, and amazing Vegas-style atmosphere with seating for nearly 900 of your closest friends. Conveniently located at 711 Central Avenue, right off Exit 5 of I-90 in Albany, the Clubhouse Racebook and Capital OTB are the better choice.
And welcome back to Horses and Courses. Time to turn our attention to Southern California. Hollywood Park getting the 3-year-olds off in what would be part 2 of the 3-year-old season. A little early, but these are 3-year-olds who will probably be relegated to sprinting. Perhaps we'll see them at the King's Bishop in Saratoga. But on Saturday afternoon, they ran the 19th running of the Laz Barrera 6-5 drill.
They're off. American Act caught an amazing flyer. He must have lunged right when they sprung it, and he goes to the front. American Act is now committed to the lead after that break. So Gunboat is going to sit second and angle to the 2-path. Drill away in third, and he's taken in hand, and the early trailer is Boompa as they run up the back stretch. It is American Act. He is 3/4 of a length in front of Gunboat in second. Now, Gunboat's going to end up outside of American Act, so we'll see how that plays out. We'll see if American Act takes the turn today. He's a length and 1/4 in front. Meanwhile, Drill is tracking those two. He's third at the rail and 2 from the front, and Boompa has 5 lengths to make up as they leave the backstretch in the 19th Laz Barrera Memorial Stakes, and American Act is riding the rail very nice right now. He leads by 3/4 of a length from Gunboat, who's on the attack in second. Meanwhile, Drill bides his time in third. He's in the red and yellow and only 2 from the front, and he's joined by Boompa. Any one of the 4 can win the Laz Barrera top of the stretch. American Act is trying to get out just a bit, but Garrett Gomez gives him a tap on the right shoulder, and he straightens away with the lead. Drill is going to split horses and join stablemate Gunboat, and Drill is on the move, and here he comes. American Act. Drill splits horses and now takes over the lead. American Act back to second. Gunboat is third. It is Drill and Martin Garcia to win the Laz Barrera. Drill beat American Act. Gunboat third, Boompa fourth.
And what might be a swan song for Martin Garcia and Bob Baffert, as it came out later that they will be going their separate ways rather distinctly. Bob Baffert saying he won't be riding Martin Garcia anymore. They've had tremendous success together, including winning a classic on Looking at Lucky. But Drill on Saturday afternoon scored a very impressive victory. Only a 4-horse field going 7/8, and Drill, who was odds-on most recently in the Northern Spur at Oaklawn Park. Didn't win, was runner-up. Drill to me seems to be a very good one-turn horse. Heck, now he's 3 for 3 going 7/8. He won the Del Mar Futurity as a 2-year-old, and a couple races back won the San Vicente, I thought, in very impressive fashion. He scores the victory. American Act, who won the opening day off the turf feature, the Harry Henson, when he blew the turn and still won rather impressively. You heard Vic Stauffer alluding to the fact of being outside of American Act, might not have been where you wanted. Gunboat finishes third, and Boompa, who scored in the career debut and then ran in the last Barrera, doesn't beat a single horse in the field of 5. But the offspring of Lawyer Ron returns $4.40 with a final running time in Saturday's last Barrera, 122.88. On Sunday, a mile and a half on the turf for 4-year-olds and up, named after a former Horse of the Year, the Round Table, Dahmer, Even Money.
They're off. Gold Wacky very slow into stride. Quaintly and Lumberyard Jack with St. Joel to the outside. Now Victor Espinoza takes hold of Quaintly, going to take her back to third. So St. Joel and Lumberyard Jack will set the pace jointly. Quaintly was very kind when Victor took hold of her, and she'll sit third. Just outside of her, But I Crushed It. Porfido secures a good early position, 5th and about 4.5 off the lead. Then Dahmer and Dynamic Host, and Gold Wacky's at the back of the pack as they turn into the stretch for the first time, and Lumberyard Jack is the leader. He is just in front of St. Joel in second. Those two are 2 clear of But I Crushed It and Quaintly, who gallop third and fourth and about 2.5 now from the lead. Porfido is racing in 5th with about 5 or 6 lengths to make up. Dynamic Host just inside of him. Dahmer, the favorite, is second to last and about 10 lengths behind, and Gold Wacky trails into the clubhouse turn in the 4th Round Table Stakes, and Lumberyard Jack and St. Joel have been 1-2 since they sprung it. Lumberyard Jack and Esjuan Flores a neck in front. St. Joel is second, still by that 2-length margin to But I Crushed It and Quaintly at the rail. Quaintly is getting the best trip, and she is a tugging third now and only 2 from the front. Then it's 2.5 to the old man, the 10-year-old Porfido. He races 5th at the rail. Dynamic Host just outside of him. Dahmer is still second to last, but he's much closer now. He's only about 5 behind as Gold Wacky joins him from the inside, and much closer order up the backstretch with Lumberyard Jack. Now the clear leader towards the half-mile pole. He leads by a length. Dynamic Host is going to make the first run. It's an early run at the front runner, and Dynamic Host and David Flores up into second, 3/4 of a length off the lead. The filly Quaintly stays at the rail. She's only a length and a half now from the front. But I Crushed It is just outside of Quaintly. Porfido is 4 from the front. Dahmer joins her. Then St. Joel, Gold Wacky, top of the stretch. Dynamic Host at the throat latch of Lumberyard Jack. Lumberyard Jack just ahead in front, and he has just left the rail wide open, and Quaintly is happy to go through. Meanwhile, Dahmer is picking off horses in the center, 4 of them to the final furlong, and Dahmer is the strong one. It is Dahmer to take over the lead. Now 2 in front of Quaintly, who is in second. Then Dynamic Host and Porfido, but Dahmer levels out, and he's straight and strong to win the Round Table. Wow, big finish for Dahmer. He won by 5.5. Quaintly second, maybe Porfido over Dynamic Host for third.
And coming out of the San Juan Capistrano with Joel Rosario in the saddle for the first time, 3rd time United States, and still Even Money. They score the impressive 4.5 length victory. I thought Joel Rosario riding Dahmer for the first time was very calm, very confident throughout this 3-turn marathon turf race. Quaintly, the filly for Michael Tabor, and back together again, Patrick Biancone, in only the 2nd time United States. She got a nice run up on the inside to finish 2nd, taking on the boys, and Porfido finishes 3rd. But Dahmer, a $4.20 winner of Sunday's Round Table. You know, a classic turf race, ladies and gentlemen. Very comfortable early, 46-3, 49-1. 114-2 for the midway point of the race, and then they come home about 5 or 6 lengths faster in the second 6 furlongs. In the first, the final running time, 2:27.65. A couple weekday stakes races from Belmont Park to bring you first. We're going to have the Marta Stakes, Her Smile, winner of the Grade 1 Prioress last year, 3-5.
And they're off. My Sunshine Gal emerges with the short lead with Aquitania down on the inside. Belle of the Hall and Her Smile. So the four of them all together. And every one of them would like to get that lead. And it's Aquitania who's got it narrowly. My Sunshine Gal right there in the mix. 3 wide, Belle of the Hall, 4 wide, Her Smile. And the quartet hit the far turn together. Aquitania cutting the corner, a narrow advantage. Hotly contested first quarter of 22 3/5 seconds. Aquitania narrowly. My Sunshine Gal continues to press. Belle of the Hall 3 wide. Her Smile's been 4 wide the whole way. Those 4 together with 3 furlongs to go. Aquitania, My Sunshine Gal, Belle of the Hall, Her Smile, they're still across the track as they come to the top of the stretch. 4 of them ran a half mile in 45 3. Her Smile's checked out of it, now takes to the inside. Belle of the Hall's on the far outside now. Aquitania the Gray fighting on. My Sunshine Gal still in with the fighting chance. Her Smile has given way in the final furlong, and it is Aquitania. Aquitania's out there by 3 coming down to the line. It's a good battle for the runner-up spot. Aquitania turned them all away and won by 3 on the line. Very close for second, but I do believe that Belle of the Hall got that nose in front of My Sunshine Gal.
Aquitania, the second choice in the wagering on the sloppy sealed racetrack, scores the victory for Hamilton Smith, shipping up from the Mid-Atlantic. This is first time Belmont Park. Now, this horse was inside on a 4-prong dueling for the lead. There was only 4 horses in the race, and they were all there. Dominguez never really got anxious. Drew off to win by 3.5, returning $5.50 for the 6.5 furlong Marta. The running time, 1:16.73. Her Smile didn't beat a horse, lost by nearly 12 lengths at 3-5, coming off the St. Patrick's Day effort down at Gulfstream Park. Thursday afternoon, they ran the Diablo Stakes for 3-year-olds and up, and some very well-known sprinters in the gate. This one's for Phil, 7-5.
And they're off. Comodero gets the jump on them. On the outside, there goes Royal Courier now up to be second. This one's for Phil down toward the rail. Then Capasi and Traveling Man. Up the backstretch, Royal Courier coming right after Comodero. Those two going at it in a spirited way here as they move into the far turn. And Capasi's about to join the fray. They zip through a 22 3 opening quarter mile. This one's for Phil in behind that battle up front, and Traveling Man is taking to the outside. 3 furlongs from the line. Royal Courier has the advantage now of a length over Comodero, now backing off in second. On the outside, Capasi. This one's for Phil. Ready to roll now. He's right there in between horses, and Traveling Man. Off the turn a bit wide is Royal Courier, but Royal Courier the leader nonetheless. This one's for Phil, still 2 lengths behind with a furlong to go. Comodero, Capasi, and far behind now is Traveling Man. In the last 1/8 of a mile, it is Royal Courier, who fought off that early speed duel and had plenty left for the final furlong, and defeats this one's for Phil by 3. Capasi winds up third. Comodero fourth.
But Royal Courier, who is now 2 for 2 at Belmont Park, and I thought extremely impressive on the turn. Very, very strong for Royal Courier and Rajiv Miraj. They just made this look very, very easy, beating this one for Phil by nearly 4 lengths, returning $6.20. Heck, the second choice in the wagering, Traveling Man, who did have a very rough start, almost like missed the break completely, and then was outside of horses, never picked up a foot at 3-2. Heck, Royal Courier didn't have that good a start. Here's what the language reads in the charts from the form. Royal Courier struck the left side of the gate after lunging at the start. Shook it off and cruised up. I'd say he shook it off, made it look easy at 7-1. The offspring of Red Bullet went out for Trisha Farr. The final running time on the fast racetrack, 1:08.42. When we come back, 3 stakes races from Saturday afternoon from beautiful Belmont Park.
What would another ShopRite mean for you?
It means more chef-prepared meals to take home and call my own.
Another place to get help with healthy eating.
And another place to get fresh fish.
Another ShopRite in the Capital District, 709 Central Avenue. Another ShopRite. That means more chef-prepared meals, another dietitian, and more fresh produce. Get more choices and even more savings with ShopRite's growing family.
We're all about food, we're all about savings, we're all about you.
No matter where in the world you are, the excitement of wagering on live horse racing is just a click away. CapitalOTB.com offers live streaming, free past performances, analysis and selections from professional handicappers, and a simple, safe, and secure wagering platform. And best of all, it's surcharge-free. CapitalOTB.com, the better choice.
And they're off.
With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at CapitalOTB.com, and live operators ready to take your call, Capital OTB is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person, or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone, or at CapitalOTB.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice. You could wait for money to start falling from the sky, or you could head down to the all-new Clubhouse Racebook and get in the game. With live horse racing on more than 250 flat-screen TVs, state-of-the-art wagering terminals, fantastic food and drinks, and amazing Vegas-style atmosphere with seating for nearly 900 of your closest friends. Conveniently located at 711 Central Avenue, right off Exit 5 of I-90 in Albany, the Clubhouse Racebook and Capital OTB are the better choice.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Belmont Park scheduled 3 stakes races for Saturday afternoon. First up, 3-year-old sprinting 7 furlongs, named after the 1995 Metropolitan Mile winner, the UNI Stakes, even money, Hardened Wildcat.
And they're off. Tight end Touchdown up for that lead, and so too Currency Swap. Those two hook up in the first 100 yards. 3 lengths ahead of Brian. Hardened Wildcat, a little sluggish in the early going here. And the early trailer is Phil Dancer. The field moves up the backstretch run, and Currency Swap wresting that lead away from Tight End Touchdown. 2 lengths back to Brian, who's riding comfortably, while third, it's another 2. Hardened Wildcat is already about 6 lengths from the leader, Currency Swap, and the trailer is Phil Dancer into the far turn. 23-3 was the opening quarter mile. Currency Swap, Tight End Touchdown, and Brian, those 3, 5 lengths ahead of Hardened Wildcat. Another 4 back to Phil Dancer under a ride with 3 furlongs remaining here. Currency Swap. 3/4 of a length, Tight End Touchdown. Second, the half was up in 47 seconds flat. Brian on the outside third. Hardened Wildcat starting to come alive now. Hardened Wildcat gets within 4 of the leader as the field turns for home, and that leader is Currency Swap. Currency Swap in front by 2. Brian full out running in second. Nothing left for Tight End Touchdown. Hardened Wildcat is third with less than a furlong to go. Currency Swap driving, 2-length lead. Brian running second, and Hardened Wildcat, who will be third on the wire. Currency Swap was a 3/4 of a length winner over Brian and Hardened Wildcat.
But there is Currency Swap. Third start since winning in the slop, 7 furlongs in the Hopeful Stakes. Scores the first victory since Labor Day as the second choice in the wagering. Terry Pompey, Claridge Stables, and Bill Lawrence. Coming out of the Illinois Derby in the second start since that Labor Day victory. You know, sprinting right now for this offspring of High Cotton might be the game right now. Maybe we have another horse looking forward to the Grade 1 King's Bishop at Saratoga. A very nice return to the races in New York. Rajiv Barar put this horse on the front end, never looked back, holds off Brian by 3/4 of a length. Hardened Wildcat coming out of the Bayshore Stakes finishes an easy third at even money. Currency Swap, the second choice, returned $5.10. Nice final 1/8 of a mile. Boy, doing my math right now, looks like 12.13 for a final running time of 1:22.43. Going to the inner turf course for a 6-furlong sprint on Saturday, we have the Genuine Devotion. Going to Curacao is the 6-5 favorite.
And they're off. Miss Liberty between horses, and down toward the inside. Here's Going to Kukuro to take the lead. Going to Kukuro in front. And Sunlight Sonata comes out running second now. On the far outside, Ultimate Class is third. Miss Liberty's dropped a spot. And down toward the inside, Charmbury moves up now to be fourth. And Miss Liberty back racing fifth. 2 lengths back to Tricks in the City. And a long way back to the trailer Lunar Mist. Ripping through an opening quarter mile of 22 flat. Going to Kukuro takes the field along. Ultimate Class now to trying to tackle her as they come to the top of the stretch. And pulling up out there was Sunlight Sonata. Sunlight Sonata's been pulled up. They're coming to the top of the stretch now. Ultimate Class up to the neck of Going to Kukuro. Miss Liberty comes out for some running room. Tricks in the City motoring up on the far outside, and Charnbury fifth at the rail. Going to Kukuro still holding on. Going to Kukuro trying to hold them off. Here comes Miss Liberty driving hard in between horses. Tricks in the City is coming fast on the far outside. Going to Kukuro trying to hang on. Going to Kukuro and Tricks in the City. Photo finish. Going to Kukuro and the hard charging Tricks in the City. Miss Liberty was third.
Javier Castellano from down inside. Here's some interesting comments in the form. Going to Curacao was put to the whip twice from the get-go to establish the front after breaking a step slow. Now, usually, folks, that can be very, very tough to continue on successfully, but Castellano was able to do it. Scored the nose victory over Tricks in the City. Anthony Dutrow, Michael Dubb, they were on the program earlier. They scored the victory here. 7 starts, 4 victories, 2 seconds, and a third for the winner. First time stakes company, 109.02. And the feature on Saturday afternoon, 3-year-olds prepping for the Belmont Stakes. This used to be run over Memorial Day weekend. This is the Peter Pan Stakes. Mark Velasky, who voluntarily skipped the Kentucky Derby. Rosie Napravnik on board at 6-5.
And they're off. Summerfront bobbled coming out of the gate. And Right to Vote is being sent to the lead. Le Bernardin has some early speed, too. Right there in the early mix is the Lumber Guy. Good Morning Diva there on the far outside. And Mark Valesky also with the Vanguard. So moving up the backstretch run, and it will be Right to Vote who seizes the initiative here. The Lumber Guy now a length behind in second. After a quarter and 22 3/5 seconds. Le Bernardin runs along in third. And there goes Big Screen now to be fourth on the inside. Mark Valesky is kept within relative striking range here. 4.5 lengths from the lead. Now fifth on the outside. Hakama relatively close today. Sixth and saving ground. 2 lengths back to Master Rick, who's seventh on the outside. Good Morning Diva is eighth. Summer Front, who broke last in the field, is now ninth. And it's 5 lengths back to Street Life, the trailer. 45-1. Oh, a bruising half mile for the front runner here. Right to Vote has run a grueling opening half mile. The Lumber Guy's been right up on this vicious pace. Le Bernardin is right there on the outside. Hakama just 3 lengths behind. Mark Valesky and Rosie Napravnik, now they're making their move with 3 furlongs to go. Getting within 3 lengths from the lead. They'll have to take the wide route into the stretch. Master Rick is following Mark Valesky as the field makes the turn into the stretch. And then it's Big Screen farther back in the field. Summerfront laboring down toward the rail. They're off the turn. Right to Vote has run 3/4 in 109-2. And here comes Mark Valesky, who had a perfect setup into the final furlong now. And it is Mark Valesky beginning to get away. Right to Vote's running a huge race today. And Street Life has made a run from last. Coming down to the finish, Mark Valesky, Rosie Napravnik, 1-length winners of the Peter Pan. Right to Vote ran a tremendous race this afternoon. Street Life K from way out of it, got third, and Good Morning Diva.
Well, I would call this a very, very professional effort coming out of that shocking race for the winner Hero of Order in the Louisiana Derby. Mark Valesky, very professional in here. Sat off the early pace set by Right to Vote in the middle of the racetrack at Belmont Park, which often can be the place to be. Mark Velasquez scores by a length and a quarter, returning $4.20. Right to Vote finishes second at nearly 50 to 1. Street Life, who bounces back nicely after a poor effort in the Wood Memorial. We'll see if their connections are looking forward to going on to the Belmont Stakes with whom I think could be a nice 3-year-old if patience is the order of the day. Larry Jones, Mark Velasquez, they'll have to think that they are going to the Belmont Stakes after passing on the Kentucky Derby. And yes, the winner returned $4.70, but how about these for odds for the next 4? 47 to 1, 13 to 1, 31 to 1, and 40 to 1. I think it's safe to say that Peter Pan, except for the winner, was wide open. The final running time, 148.31. Well, that wraps up this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Ladies and gentlemen, a full slate of races next week, as it is time for all eyes to turn to Pimlico Racecourse and their outstanding weekend of racing, topped off by the Preakness.